Hey, how's it going, everyone? WTFSexyHeadphones here. Happy Mondays or Tuesdays to you guys. Back home, as you guys can tell, and now ready to finally talk about Metro Exodus. I know a couple of you were hoping I would speak on it last week, but I opted to do a nostalgia vlog instead. For we were back home with my infamous wall of posters and all that good stuff. Now I just got my... Wait, which way? There we go. My one Reaper poster. There it is. That's all I got. I want to still set up stuff back there. I just haven't. Anyway, so Metro Exodus, let's talk about it. I'm sure you guys by now have obviously seen the trailer as well as the gameplay video, which I would say is the more important one. It's about a 17-minute video of the gameplay on it, which... all I do watching it, I'm like, man, all I want to do is fucking play Metro now. And so I got my boyfriend playing it on Xbox, and I just watch him, and it's so frustrating. He couldn't... he watches these, I'm sorry, but he couldn't get past the part at the end of Chapter 2 where you and Bourbon are outside that station, and... you get a wave of mutants coming at you, and he couldn't get past it. And I suck with shooting with the controller, like I'm terrible with it. That's why I do PC. And I'm like, can I just take this controller and get past this part? Because he was getting so frustrated and he's getting so mad. So I literally take the controller, and after like 5 or 6 tries of trying to figure out the fucking controls and everything, so I'm like, I have no idea how to operate the X-Bone. I get him past it and he continues. So I'm having him play it because I'm sort of enjoying watching him. I mean, I'm enjoying watching it because I'm in that Metro mood now. But at the same time, I'm sorry, love, but he's just so bad. I love you. Anyway, so it's got me super in the Metro mood, and let's talk about some of the things that they have in the gameplay trailer that stood out most to me. And kind of how I feel like I'm seeing more correlation a little bit with, like, the Stalker stuff that we kind of like in our Stalker mods and what we want. And I know a lot of people were complaining on how... when Metro came out, it was kind of like the closer thing that we can have to that vibe, but obviously it's very linear, and there's not a lot of there's exploring you can do, but it's not as open world. It looks like now in Exodus, since you are going to be above the, you're leaving the Metro stations and you're actually out into the world, it looks like there's a lot more exploring that you can do, and I like how they balance the fact, and I kind of always kind of liked this with Metro, I like how they balance the fact of, it seems like they're going to give you a good chunk of exploring that you can't do and expand it a little bit more and make the levels bigger in certain spots, but they also keep that close claustrophobic fighting, which I think is what also makes Metro really good. There's not a lot of places that you can run to. You can more hide, but there's not a places where, you know, like if I'm in Stalker and a fucking Bloodstalker comes at me, I just fucking start sprinting in the opposite direction, and I'm just like if I can't handle him at that time, I'm like, I'm just gonna sprint away, where it's kind of nice that with Metro, you're forced to confront, if that makes sense. So if I feel like being a little bitch, I'm like, I had to pull up my britches, and I can't. So anyway, but it does seem like they're making it not, I don't want to say open world, but they're going to make it a bit more open, a larger sandbox, if you will, in certain levels where you get to explore, and I think that's really cool. And the other thing I noticed is now that they got bigger kind of a different anomaly. So they got an electric anomaly that it looks like it roams. If I was trying to remember, I just watched the video, but... I was kind of multitasking. But so they have like a little kind of like electro anomaly in there too. So they got that, as well as the other thing I noticed, which is a bit different and interesting, is going to be the fact that they have field crafting now. So you can now pick up, from what I gathered, you can now pick up materials that you'd be able to craft, and as opposed to having to go to a merchant and upgrade your weapons, you can do it on the field. And of course they mention, you know, the dangers of that are obviously you're exposed on the field, so if you're not paying attention and you're not in a safe spot to do it, that could obviously work against you. So I think that's pretty neat. So now instead of having to waste your bullets going from one place to the other and waiting till you get to merchants, if you want to upgrade your weapon for whatever battle it is that you have coming, you have the ability to do so. So that's pretty neat. So that way it gives you more, I would say, incentive to scavenge around and check your environment. Just because now you have fucking more shit that you can do. It's like you can upgrade your weapons, and you find materials to upgrade your weapons. So, yeah, I mean, you guys know me. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to fucking explore everything, so... we'll see how big the world is, because trust me, I guarantee you guys I will find out. What else did I notice in there? Trying to think of what it was that just escaped my mind. one of the things that I found funny, and I think it looks a little bit more silly, but they were talking about how you can do really, really, really quick ghetto repairs to your gas mask, and you just take a fucking piece of tape and like smack it on your gas mask. And I'm not gonna lie, it looks really cheesy and it looks really funny. Like, not that I'm going to be too hard on it, nor care all that much, but I got a good chuckle at the part. I don't know if you guys did either, but literally it's like, oh, if your gas mask is broken, just take a piece of tape and smack it on there, and then you got this like really silly looking piece of fucking tape in your field of vision. So that I thought was pretty damn amusing. I don't think it's something that's going to really bother me too much, or that I'm going to care about all too much, but it was pretty fucking funny to look at, that's for sure. One of the things that I didn't like, though, and I think when I was reading some comments about you guys talking it too, I think you guys mentioned the same thing. The humanal, I think, huaminal, however the fuck they say it, looks very generic, very basic, mutated being. So I'm not really excited about that. I like the mutants that they've always had in Metro, and I thought that they look interesting and creepy in their own ways. I'm not really excited about this one. I look at it and I'm just kind of like, I feel like the game would be better without it. They literally look like clots from Killing Floor. I don't know. I feel like, and no, like I'm not the most creative person, and I'm not the most savvy with those kind of things, but I just feel like more could have been done, like, or something more creative or imaginative could have been done. Like, I like the fact that they're trying to say, hey, since we're moving out of the Metro and we're on the surface, people mutated in different ways, and you're getting these different things, but I kind of wish more effort would have been made for them to look creepier. Now, maybe it makes more sense that people aren't turning into these crazy mutated shenanigans. You guys I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I just heard my puppy is like right on the outside of that door, and I just heard her do like the longest groan, so maybe she has to go outside. Anyway, I'll tend to that in a moment. So anyway, so maybe they just don't want it to seem too unrealistic in that aspect of having something stupidly mutated beyond what seems practical, perhaps. I don't know. But I looked at those and I was just like this is really boring. I'm like, these look really boring. I'm not excited about them at all, and they literally look like clots from Killing Floor, and I was just kind of, and I've always thought clots were really boring. It's like they're that basic necessity of, we need something to fill the waves, so here's all these basic ass bitch clots, and you know, they could be challenging, maybe, you know. So that was the one thing that I noticed that stood out that I didn't like, was that, along with, you know, the very mild chuckle at the duct tape, the little tape, the tape to the face thing. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Other than that, I'm pretty much excited for everything else in there. I don't think there was anything that I didn't like about it. Now, granted, you guys know me. I'm not a critic. I'm a very easy to please person, and I like things very easily. Like, I'm not too picky. Like, I'm the type of person that, if you take me to the movies, I just enjoy the ride, and I don't poke fucking holes at every goddamn plot little hole that there is. I just enjoy the ride, and I'm like, these graphics are cool, this person is hot looking, so that's nice, and this is neat. I'm not one of those people who are like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen, oh that's so stupid, that was blah blah blah. I'm not like, I'm not that type of critic. I tend to like to just enjoy things. That was the only thing that I was really, that I can think of off the top of my head, that I was disappointed in, was the humanimals. Whatever that is. That's the only thing that I can think of that I didn't like on it. But other than that, the game looks obvious. The game looks obviously fucking gorgeous as can be. Like, I'm seriously so in the mood to play it now. And since I was home, I left my Metro books at home. And I was kicking myself because I'm like, now I can't fucking read them. So I brought my Metro 2033 34, 35 books, so I can finally read those. So, like, I'm probably just going to end up doing that, and then I might try and replay the games again, and maybe just stream that, just because I just really, like, I'm all excited for it now, and I want the new one to come out, and the only thing I could do is play the old one. So we might end up streaming some Metro, because I'm like, I'm so feeling it. That game looks gorgeous. They got Anna in there, obviously, still, which is fucking awesome, because Anna's a badass bitch. And they have more open world. They got fucking crafting. They got fucking duct tape for your face. It's beautiful. And one of the things that I've always loved about it is, I'm normally not good at stealth, and there's quite honestly not a lot of games that I feel give the opportunity and ability stuff, especially say like, you know, we're all big Stalker fans. We play Stalker a fuck ton. It would be cool if Stalker gave you a little bit better ability to stealth, and some mods try it and it works to an extent and so on, but the AI is always just fucking ridiculous. Sees through walls and all that other crap, sees through bushes and all these other things, spots you a million miles away and so on and so forth. I love that they give you the ability that you can do either or, so for either play style it works, because there's sometimes, you guys fucking see it when I play Stalker, there's sometimes where I'm impatient as fuck, and I'm fucking running and gunning, and I'm doing things in the most stupid fucking fashion because I don't have the patience to crouch and hide and slowly kill things, and I'm just being a fucking loony. And then there's other times where it's like, and then if I really do have that patience and that calm, and I'm like, sneaking feels super cool, and I just want to be some stealthy boss-ass bitch, like, I have that ability to do so. So that's one of the things that I'm so glad that they obviously kept, and it's going to continue on, because as they mentioned, there's certain levels, just like they had in the prior games, there's certain levels where you can go through the whole entire thing without alerting a single person, and without killing a single person, and they still have levels in Exodus that do that. Or if you literally want to fucking run and gun and kill all the bitches in the world, you fucking can. So although that's one of my favorite things about Metro. I love the fact that you can do that now. And they're making knives not quite as OP. They were mentioning on how, like, pretty much a knife was an instant kill in the prior games, which is satisfying in its own right, but maybe obviously potentially not so practical. So now they're saying that depending on the armor that the person is wearing, it might not pierce through and kill them, so you got to be careful with it. So that's pretty cool. So they're trying to bring a little bit more realism back into there. So anyway, that's pretty much what stood out to me in Metro Exodus. Looks fucking beautiful. You got some craftings. You got some fucking tape for your face. Hunam and Lols look really blah. They got anomalies and all that cool stuff. A little bit more open world. And still stealth, which is phenomenal. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, that's about it. Let me know if there's anything that you guys really like or don't like. Feel free to put it in the comments below. And also, if you are still here watching this video, we finished Bioshock Minera Sauce's Den. I don't know why I can never figure out that name, because they... Mineras? I know they say it a million times in the game because I'm playing the DLC, and somehow I cannot ever think of what the name of that... Okay, anyway. So I beat that. What do we want to focus on? What do we want to play? I'll see about getting just extra Stalker videos out to you guys, because I haven't even started recording anything yet. I wanted to see what you guys would think and what you guys would want another Let's Play to be about, and I would want to get your guys' ideas on that. So Bioshock 1 and 2, and then the DLC for 2 is done. So what are you guys feeling for a continuation or the next Let's Play? Let me know. Anyway, you guys have a happy rest of the Mondays and Tuesdays, and I will see you. I plan on streaming tonight and hopefully tomorrow. Probably maybe Metro. I mean, I do have Last Day that's kind of still running, but I mean, you guys know I'm really into Metro right now because it's so hot right now. Anyway, where's it going with this? Oh yeah, you guys have a happy whatever in the whatevers, and I'll see you guys in whatever. Okay, bye! Feel my power!